What was she really saying?
But they're actually the ones spreading it. With respect to economic issues, I think actually that Mitt Romney is right, that ultimately women care more about the economic well-being of their families and the like. But but he doesn't connect on that issue either. What you have is Mitt Romney running around the country saying, well, you know, my wife tells me that what women really care about are economic issues. And when I listen to my wife, that's what I'm hearing. Guess what? His wife has actually never worked a day in her life. She's never really dealt with the kinds of economic issues that a majority of the women in this country are facing in terms of how do we feed our kids, how do we send them to school, and how do we worry, and why do we worry about their future. So I think yes, it's about these positions, and yes, I think there will be a war of words about the positions, but there's something much more fundamental about Mitt Romney. He seems so old-fashioned when it comes to women, and I think...
All right. We'll stop it there. And you heard it. She said, well, she's never worked a day. Ann Romney's never worked a day in her life. And that's where they stop it. Bam. But if you continue the thought, then you find out she was making the point she's never worked a day in her life. She's never been able to relate to the type of women who have to struggle to meet the bills, to meet the rent, to put food on the table. She's never had to. It's not attacking the fact that she's never worked. It's pointing out she's never needed to work. She's never had these worries. She's never known what a concern is to a working mom who is struggling.
Because she's had it all.
Because she's been privileged, just like she
Yeah.
married into huge money. Mitt Romney's filthy rich, hundreds of millions of dollars. He was born into big money. His dad was a multimillionaire. These are people who never knew what it's like to struggle. Stay-at-home mom's fine. And now Hilary Rosen came out after this firestorm because they said she's attacking stay-at-home moms. I didn't hear that. She's just making the point that how could he go to his wife to get a true opinion on an assessment on where people are at when his wife is as removed from reality as he is? She has no idea. This is a woman who's lived a privileged life. She hasn't had to work because she's been so rich. She doesn't know what it's like to worry about meeting the rent, or having milk in the house for the kids, or having some decent shoes on their feet, and worrying if you could put gas in the... A total foreign concept to these people. They can't even relate in their wildest dreams. That is her point. It's not an attack at stay-at-home. I didn't hear that there, but they took that one smidget. And he said, this woman's never worked a day in her life. Hilary Rosen is not. And she says, well, you know, she might think I had it easy, but she should have been here when I was raising those 5 kids. Now, I do know about filthy rich people. I do know about millionaires. I've worked for a few, in fact. They all have staff. They all have staff at home.
Yep.
People to clean their homes.
Nannies.
Nannies to watch their kids.
One word right there, nannies.
Most of them have the live-in nanny. So they're there 24 hours, you know, to cook for them, whatever they need, to wash, to clean, whatever, drive their kids here and there. You think, really, folks, do you think Ann Romney went out to the grocery store and pushed a shopping cart, you know, and in her purse she had her collection of coupons to buy? You think she did all that like you and I and, you know, my wife and your mom? Or did she have help? Hired help to go out and do that. Go shop and fill the pantry and make sure there's food in the house. Of course she did. You're going to spend her time doing that. Totally foreign concept. So her Hilary Rosen points is very apropos. But they took that one sentence, those few words, never worked a day in her life, and they blew it up.
Yep.
And set a torch to it. And the extremists on the right ran with that attack on stay-at-home moms. Hardly. We're saying these people are out of touch. They're no barometer to what's going on in the economy and what the regular folks are feeling. He can't understand it. And if he turns to his wife to give him analysis and understanding, she can't understand it or relate either. Let's listen to Ann Romney as she tries to act like a regular gal.
Look, I know what it's like to struggle. And if maybe I haven't struggled as much financially as some people have.
No, you never have, honey. You never have struggled financially
No.
like
No.
myself or Mr. Mike here or anybody listening tonight.
Or better yet, Jeff, my mom.
Yeah.
My parents have always struggled financially, but they always made sure they always put us first. But they both worked hard, and they had to, and they knew what it was like to not be able to, put two dimes together.
Why do we?
These people are so disconnected. Rich people and all the jerkwad conservative talk show blabbermouth